Yo, 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 and welcome back to Creeps and Crimes
Podcast.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Morgan. Happy Thursday and happy episode 261.
No, 259.
259.
Yep, 250. So, guys, this is our last day recording in the studio. Your last time seeing this studio will actually be... Oh, I never turned on all the lights. One moment. Let's do it right if we're going to do it, right? You know, like you guys get to see the lights.
All right, orders placed.
Okay, perfect. So... this is our last day recording in studio. It is September 2nd, but we have a pre-recorded one that you guys will see next week. But the week after that, so 261, which is technically the very last episode of season 5 before we move on to season 6, will not be on camera. It will be audio only. And basically, this is the last time me and Morgan are recording in the studio. You will see it for one more week. But
wow, look at us.
Wow.
Wait, I guess we never told public that if you're new here, the month of September,
oh, yes,
it is not your regular month. However, this one is a little different than years past because Taylor threw a two-parter at us.
I did.
And usually September is filled with creepy accounts. And then we already have one pre-recorded with a special guest that we're super excited for you guys to hear as well.
Yes.
So that took away 2 weeks. So there's really only going to be 2 creepy accounts in this month of September, but this isn't unusual. It's because we tear down the studio, we rebrand, we do photo shoots, we do all the 9 yards, video shoots. So yeah. If you're new here and you're like, where's the regular content?
What is happening?
What do you mean you're giving us another creepy account?
So you're technically getting 2 creepy accounts in September, which normally it's all creepy accounts. But also what you're getting that's very different this September, another reason why, in addition to my 2-parter, it's different, is what you're going to get next week is actually going to be a... three-parter, because it's not only on our feed, it's on other people's feed as well in their regular cases. So hip hip hooray.
And it's gonna be you guys are gonna freak.
It's gonna be so fun. So what you need to know is that this Sunday, so you're listening to this on Thursday, this Sunday there's gonna be a bit of a treasure hunt where you need to go find the part 1. And the best way to do that is following us on Instagram, which is Creeps and Crimes Podcast, if you don't already. But yeah, we got a little something up our sleeve for you cuties.
Our TBB that week is going to be a little bit of an intermission.
The intermission, the between the show, you know.
The halftime show.
The halftime performance.
And then our regular episode next Thursday will be the final ending of the 3-part series that we have planned. And
then after that, creepy account final episode of season 5 as we move on to season 6. But this is technically mine and Morgan's last time in the studio. Of course, in addition to the TVBs, but bye, bitch. Good having you. Nice knowing you.
I actually really
I'm really proud of this one.
I am really proud, and I love that this is the first time that we really took a risk. we risked our lives.
We did.
And no, we took a risk, like a creative risk, and we were able to piece it together by ourselves.
The way that we did this is wild.
Yeah.
Very proud of it. Seriously, I am. But we'll get more into the mushy-dushy details later on, specifically in the final TBB of season 5, because, of course, duh. And then I don't quite remember what I did, but we'll cross that bridge when we'll talk about the first episode of season 6 on the final episode of season 5, so 261, because there's a little bit of a crossover lap drama going on. But me and Morgan were just talking about, when y'all were little, did you use like the black tar paste salve on your like
a drawing salve?
Yeah, like when you got a bee sting, when you had a deep splinter or something in your hand, like lead at school, like when you stabbed yourself with a pencil or whatever.
That happened back then.
And that did. And now y'all don't even have pencils, I don't think.
Right. Apple pencils, probably.
Do your kids use pencils?
I'd love to know. Are they all mechanical, or is there a number 2 still around?
Where are my yellows?
For standardized testing.
Because you guys know I love a yellow pencil. I have an entire collection in my closet, my new closet from hell. New and improved closet from hell.
We're not
even talking about her today. We're gonna have to pull out a few things because there are boxes in there that we're gonna have to have. But
so I was asking Taylor about it because Ollie's got something stuck in his nails. Nails all infected. It's nasty. I was like, what the fuck is that called? And I was like, you remember that like black? It smelled so bad. Taylor's like, yeah, we would put that on. Then my dad would roll up a ball of chewing tobacco and slap it on my bee sting. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean?
It takes the sting away. It like immediately the sting goes away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like you don't have as bad as an allergic reaction to it. Like your reaction is.
And that's why we're always craving to smoke.
That's why we're always just needing something to chomp
straight
on.
to the bloodstream. Put it in there. Overwhelmed.
Fucking give me some nicotine gum if I next time I get a bee sting, someone just put some nicotine gum on me.
Take that.
But it's like
away.
the tobacco, like when it's wet and warm or whatever. It's disgusting.
It would have been nice to have last night with my splinter out of nowhere.
I know, you're just wondering that just magically appeared in last week's episode because we recorded that last night. Guys, our time is insane right now. Like, you guys know how September is if you've been here for a few years, but
I must say,
this one's like the chillest.
I'm not stressed at all.
No, maybe we should though.
Maybe we should be.
I
mean, we have no outfits ordered.
No, like,
but that's not unlike
But
us.
the reason, that
no biggie.
Tomato. Like, right. Okay. But I think the biggest stress for this year, and I'm not even letting myself think about it yet, is going to be like the swapping of things that's going to happen. But I'm not even letting my brain go there. I'm gotten really good at being someone who dead ass is like, this is the next step.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that I can do. Wow. Until I get there.
I think of everything at a month's glance that needs to happen. Like, I look at everything and I just know that, okay, even though if I took it step by step, my brain doesn't work like that, because it's like, well, that step doesn't even matter because you still have 19 more steps. So keep being stressed out, cortisol to the roof. I'm like, okay.
You need to-do lists, because that's what helps me with doing that. Is like, okay, I see right here what is on this to-do list for today. Those things have to be done in order for this thing to go smoothly and the big picture to be completed. And that's only been in recent years. There, back in the day. But my problem is I'll shut the fuck down. I will literally not be able to do anything if I think way bigger than that, because my brain will just be like, nope. In fact, we're turning off.
Let me tell you guys a little story about earlier today. I come in and Taylar, we had a little delay on TBB, but it's out now. And she's on the computer and we were like, okay, let's order this LED sign. Mm-hmm. When I tell you, we ended up on the Prada and Christian Dior website. And I don't know where we got there from. We were on Etsy LED sign, and all of a sudden we were on
Prada Dior.
Oh, because we went to the girls' bathroom and her Goyard or whatever it's called,
Goyard or whatever bag.
And then
we were like, how much are those?
And then we went to Prada, and then we went to Christian Dior, and that's how we work.
That's what happened. And then we were like, okay, we need to go back. And simultaneously, as this is happening, we're measuring out the LED sign. We're mocking up the LED sign. I'm editing and exporting the TBB. Putting ads in. And also merging video and audio for 258 at the same time. That gets done.
She goes to the bathroom, comes back up. She's like, all right, let's order the sign. I'm like, well, we're on Prada.com. So
we need to rethink this. Yeah, and then we had the measuring tape out. So we're here. You know, like this is just how it goes, and it's gonna just be perfect. We finally booked, like, got everything laid out, worked out for the photo shoot, the video shoot, and now that we know, we have to order clothes and then props, and thank God. And we're waiting to hear back about the LED sign. And we're hoping that's going to work out in our favor, because Lord have mercy. All right, guys. We're going to hit you with it.
If you're driving, throw that shit on cruise control.
If you got a glass, pour that shit up.
And let's get creepy. Okay. So, did we do the intro?
Yeah, that was just the intro.
We just said that? I don't remember saying it.
Did.
Okay. The first story we have is from Amelia using she, her pronouns. And the creepy account title is Floating Eyes, the time I got scratched, and that was not my son speaking.
Oh.
I don't like that.
And it was not the time I got scratched. Wait, read it to me again.
Floating Eyes, the time I got scratched, and that was not my son speaking.
Okay. You know what we're going to do differently this time?
Yes, go ahead, do it. What do you think it is?
We're going to say what we think it is, but also we're not going to read along. And I know that's your worst nightmare with me, because I do struggle, but you're going to have to listen. We used to not do it. Remember?
I love reading along because I follow the story better.
I know, but the clips suck because we're both looking at our phone.
Okay.
You know, like we can't do that.
What do you think this is?
Floating Eyes, not my son, and scratch?
Yes.
Okay. Not my son, obviously mimic.
There's a mimic
or a
involved.
doppel. Mimic. Like, do we see a physical apparition of the sun or do we hear? Not my son makes me think it's not my son.
Not my son.
Makes me think that it's a mimic. Floating eyes, I want to say
It just is throwing me back to last week's case episode with the floating fucking fire
the
person.
fire person in the eyes. I'm giving top of the garage on fire, emerald eyes all at the same time, and then scratch. I feel like these have a lot to do with you like waking up in the middle of the night, like something in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Hey ladies, my name is Amelia, she, her pronouns. I'm a huge fan of the podcast. I listen every week and I think you ladies are hilarious. I am a mail carrier. Love that. And always have you girls playing in my ears. Have we read this? No.
No,
we just talked about
you responded to a TBB then.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
When I'm listening to you girls banter, I often burst out laughing, which causes people to side-eye me. But anyway, if you do decide to read my creepy account, I would literally lose my mind. Also, can you please not read on Patreon as I am a mother of 3, so broke bestie.
We
Thanks.
got you, bestie.
Okay, here are my stories. So my mother just moved to New Jersey from New York due to it making her commute to work easier. She had found a nice 3-bedroom apartment down the block from her job, which was perfect for her. So my sister, daughter at the time too, and I moved into the apartment with her. My family and I came from not having much growing up, so this was so exciting for me. This would have been my first time ever having my own room in my entire life. Well, it wasn't really my own room because I still had to share with my daughter, but you know what I mean. Just to set the scene, the front door opens up into a huge living room area. The living room has access to my mother's bedroom door and my sister's bedroom door. Then there's a little hallway that leads to the kitchen. The kitchen has access to my bedroom door and the bathroom door. Now that you have an idea of what the house looks like, let me proceed. One late night, we were all in the kitchen area having a conversation. All of the lights were off in the house except for the kitchen light. I noticed my daughter running off into the dark living room for whatever reason. And not even 10 seconds later, she runs back into the kitchen and starts telling me, Mommy, I see 2 eyes looking at me.
Oh, no.
At first, I kind of brushed her off and said something like, oh, wow, baby. But then it hit me. Wait, you see what?
Wait, run it back.
She repeats herself. I see 2 eyes looking at me. Me and my family just stare at each other. I get up and I look around the dark corner and I see nothing. I chalked it up to maybe it's her imagination and told her not to go back to the living room without me. Side note, my daughter is now 13 years old and she still remembers this story, and she would randomly ask me, Mommy, do you remember when I saw the 2 eyes staring at me?
Oh my God.
Sit down.
Tell us more details too. Like, what were they on fire? Were they emerald? What were they?
Yeah, tell me more. I always felt off living in that apartment. I would see dark shadows in the corner of my eyes, and whenever I was alone, I would always get a very unsettling feeling. The kind of feeling like I'm being watched. The apartment just felt very dark, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, one morning after I had just woken up, I was feeling a little lazy, so I decided to just lay in bed. Due to me always feeling freaked out in that house, I always slept with the door closed. For some reason, as I was laying in bed, my eyes darted to the bottom of the closed door. And I shit you not, on the bottom of the door through the little space between the door and the floor, I saw a shadow of someone standing on the other side of the door. Like if something was or someone was just standing there. I stared at it for about 30 seconds before it just slowly turned around and walked away. I was freaked out. I knew it wasn't my mother because she was at work and my daughter was still asleep right next to me, so it had to be my sister, right? Wrong. When I got up to confront my sister, I entered her room to realize that she was fast asleep.
Oh, hell.
I chose to ignore what I just saw and not to acknowledge it. My next experience at that house was the worst one yet. A couple of weeks after I saw the shadow at my door, my daughter, boyfriend, and I were all in my room getting ready to leave. I remember this like it was yesterday. Me and my boyfriend were standing up talking, facing each other, while my daughter was on the bed playing. Out of nowhere, I felt this sharp scratch across my arm, like someone took their fucking sharp-ass fingernail and scratched the shit out of me. And I yelled, "What the hell was that?" My boyfriend looked at me all clueless and said, "What?" I said, "Something scratched me." I looked at my arms and I see a long scratch mark. I show my boyfriend, which is he is a huge skeptic of the paranormal. He looks at me with this confused look and said, "How did that happen?" And I told him I have no idea. It was just me, him, and our daughter in the room. It wouldn't have been him because we were talking face to face. I would have saw him scratch me, and my daughter was playing on the bed nowhere near us. I tried to make sense of it, but to this day, I can't explain it. We eventually moved out of the apartment. Story number 2. My second story, wait, you want to comment on that one?
Yeah, I do want to comment on that one. So, why do I It's almost like it's following your daughter, like wanting to cross the threshold of your daughter.
Like standing at the door of where she is, my sister's room, your room.
It's not necessarily that
showing
you're in
herself
there.
showing themselves in the kitchen.
And then also like the scratch, like think about you as a mother, you're laying there, you get scratched by something. Like your daughter's in the room beside you. Who is most likely to scratch you in that on accident, not on purpose? Your daughter. You know what I mean? It's almost like it wanted you to react to your daughter in a way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in like a malevolent way, but yeah, malevolent way, because like, why are you scratching me?
Yeah. I think it's crazy also that she still remembers that.
Yeah.
That she still remembers
like
to this day about the eyes that she saw.
I hate it.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Story number 2. My second story is a short one. It's now been around 10 years. I am now a mother of 3. My oldest daughter, the same one in the story from before, was getting ready for bed when she stopped me and asked me, "Mommy, do you know where my gift card is?" She had gotten a gift card for her birthday and wanted to order something before bed. I told her that I didn't know where it was and that I hadn't seen it. I also told her not to worry about it and that she would look for it tomorrow morning. She said, okay, and went right to bed. The next morning, she woke up and came into my room. She asked me, "Where did you find it?" Confused, I asked her, what is she talking about? And she said she woke up with the gift card in her hand.
Whoa. She woke up in the morning? Just
with the gift card in her hand. And I was so confused. I explained to her that I didn't find her gift card. And if I did, why would I put it in her hand while she was sleeping? True. My mother would never do that.
No, because then you'd lose it again.
Right.
100%.
We both were confused and again tried to make sense of things. So we asked her father and younger siblings, but everyone denied doing such a thing. Weird, right? So now the ghost wants her to go shopping.
Yeah, now the ghost is like, oh, you want to go shopping? I wonder if this was in the same apartment.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
But either way, I kind of feel like for whatever reason.
No. They said they moved out of that apartment.
Okay, so your daughter clearly is gifted.
Yeah.
And like can hear.
Story number 3, and this literally just happened, and this is recent when Amelia emailed us.
Oh shit.
So last night, let's say around 2 or 3 a.m., I'm not sure because I hadn't checked the time, my 3-year-old son, boyfriend, and I were all fast asleep in my room. I had just got my son a toddler bed off of Facebook Marketplace a week before due to the fact that he was always just sleep with me and my boyfriend in our queen size bed, and it would get a little cramped.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need to get out of
His
here.
bed lays at the foot of our bed so that we can be close to him just in case we needed to get to him fast. Keep that in mind. So we were all KO'd, sleeping. I'm a very light sleeper, and so is my boyfriend. And I must have been on my 3rd dream when all I hear is my son say, "Daddy? Daddy, what are you doing?" I feel my boyfriend jumping up to check on him when all I hear is, "What the fuck was that?" My half sleep tells my boyfriend, "Oh, that was just T's, probably sleep talking." My boyfriend says a very confused voice, "No, that wasn't T." Me still half asleep, brush him off, and I feel him put our son in bed in between us. Now, fast forward to today, I'm at work and I call my boyfriend to ask him why he freaked out last night. And he told me that last night when he heard, Daddy, what are you doing?" He looked at our son and he was knocked out cold. He said there was no way that was our son speaking because as soon as he heard the first "daddy" being spoken, he jumped up and was staring at our son while the rest of the sentence, "Daddy, what are you doing?" was said.
Oh, fuck no.
He is 100% sure that our son didn't even move, let alone speak. He said our son was in a deep sleep and that it couldn't have been him. Thank you, ladies, for giving me a chance to tell my story. Please keep up the good work. Your podcast gives me something to look forward to every week. Love you, girls. Amelia.
Oh, love you, Amelia. But
love you, Amelia.
Mimic.
Yeah, there's something going after your kids, babe.
Like, you need to, okay, seriously, we need to like cleanse this. And if you have the ability to, I would call Susan to get it cleansed from afar and then also learn exactly what the tools you need to cleanse in person, because I almost feel like whatever was in that apartment, which you have to remember, apartments, even when me and Morgan lived in.
Yeah, there's so much energy.
Oh my God, the one that we lived in together, and then even the one that she lived in.
There's international energy, north, south, east, and west.
Yes. Like you have so much energy coming from the people that were there before, the people that are beside you, the people above you, the people below you, that there is like so much energy going on. And if there is a rogue ass spirit that can feel like it can communicate with someone or latch on to someone or something, it's going to do that because they're just like, it's like a city of fucking ghosts.
And
in
now
there.
your daughter's just a little bit older. And so they're going after the 3-year-old son, which was about the age of your daughter when the first situation happened.
So
very interesting.
Definitely let's cleanse everything. And what's even crazier is that your boyfriend's not one to like you. Didn't you say that he was just not one to be like, or am I making that up?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's the same boyfriend.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Yeah.
If
skeptic?
that's the case, he's a skeptic.
Yeah, because like if Logan ever reacted like that to me.
Oh my God. If Aaron ever told me that, I would be like, get the fuck out of the house. Everybody get in the car.
We're burning it
done.
down. Like, seriously. I would, let's cleanse it. Let's cleanse it really intentionally. Windows open when it's going, and follow and maybe you bring, if your oldest daughter's still like open to that and that's something you're comfortable letting her be a part of after you place protections over her, then maybe you can let her come with you. And if she feels anything, like sometimes, Susan's one that can see. She can see it right there. I can only see some things that want me to see it, but I'm not someone who can like see easily. It's got to be like a perfect storm of situations. I can feel, but like Susan can be like, something's up in that right corner over there and I need to push it out. My version of that is like, I can feel something's there that's not moving with the rest. Like it feels like jello energy compared to like the rest, which is like either static or free like air. And then I'll get over there and like it's tough and rough to move through. But if like she has those abilities still to be able to help you cleanse each corner of the home, push it all out the windows, bless it, bless around you, bless everyone that's in the house, and then boom, let's see if we can start fresh and not hear anything like that. Also, you got it off Facebook Marketplace. If it's like the fucking bunk
the Tallman bunk beds
that Morgan just covered
with
last week,
with the glowing eyes and the scratches and
we made that joke before we even knew.
Damn, yeah.
Let's cleanse that bed, because think about how much energy happens at night. Like, like you're dreaming, those are portals essentially.
Yeah, that is. What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that? That's crazy. Amelia, thanks so much for sending that in. Love you so much, bestie.
Thanks, bestie.
Those are fucking crazy ass stories and we're going to be sending you all the love and light your way.
All of it.
Okay.
I think a good way to prevent me from reading along is if you actually plugged my phone in over there while you read yours, and then I'll take it back when it's
there we go. Turn. The next one we have is from Michela.
I think it's like Australian.
Misha. If I'm saying that wrong, Bessie, I'm really sorry. It's a beautiful name.
It is a beautiful
and your
name.
Spelling is unreal. Like, I love your little.
It even has a little like accent to it.
Love.
It does.
Okay. Michele using she, her pronouns. The title is Bad Juju Creepy Account from October 2023.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry.
I did go down into the depths of the email thread for some of these. Okay, that based off that title, I'm thinking like bad karma. Maybe you used a Ouija board and it circled back and bit you in the ass. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Bad juju. Yeah.
Also, but then I get down to like the New Orleans style of like
you even
voodoo.
thrifted something too that had like some bad juju attached to it, or threw away something you weren't supposed to, didn't say goodbye like in a Ouija board. Okay, that's bad juju, all of that.
All of that.
Okay. Hey, ladies. Good morning. My name is Michele, pronounced Michele. She, her pronouns. Thank you for giving us your pronouns, just like Em would say. I first want to say I just love the podcast, and I've been an avid listener since the beginning, like the beginning, LOL.
What?
You two ladies are amazing, and I look forward to every single episode. Before I start rambling about how much I love yous, let's get to
here with
my
us.
Creepy account. Michele, you better be here, because I'm really going to have my feelings hurt. I'm really going to have my feelings hurt if you're not here. So this story happened about a year ago. So in 2022, I'm driving to work listening to a Creepy Account volume 28.
Oh no, we're the bad juju.
Are we the bad juju?
Oh
no, listening to Morgan's cousin's Creepy Account about the psychic, and I have a similar story, so here it goes. Please excuse if I'm too detailed. I have an uncontrolled talent of over-explaining things. Me too, Michele, babe. So, a little bit of backstory. I have some really good friends who own a food business selling Hawaiian barbecue in San Diego. Island Life Food is the name. I will absolutely fuck that up.
We'll be there.
By the way, did you know we're getting... Allegedly, Knoxville's getting a Hawaiian Bros.
No, I didn't know that. We're getting a Sprouts.
Oh, I saw that. We already have it in Farragut.
That's where it's
Or is there
being
another
built.
one coming up? I passed
Oh, no,
by.
it's not. It's actually not in Farragut. It's off Cedar Bluff.
Oh,
by
my
the,
God. Wait, yeah, you're right.
Oh, my God. By that academy.
Yes, yes. I'm really excited for Hawaiian Bros. I hope that's
Never
true.
heard of it.
It's kind of like, have you ever been to Island Palm or Palm something in Florida, like that drive through where it's got like jerk chicken and like rice and
No, but I'll be there.
like it's like that, but strictly Hawaiian, like food truck food.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I will give me a mocha loco and call it a day.
Call it a day.
Give me a sweet bun. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night. And I'm not talking about the ones around the stove. I want a real sweet bun. Okay. Island Life Food is the name. If you're ever here in town, that would have been so nice when we were in San Diego if we would have read this.
On time.
Sorry, babe. I definitely recommend. We mostly do street markets and other events all around San Diego and even sometimes outside of California. If you guys are familiar with street markets, you know that there are a ton of different vendors who sell all kinds of things from food, clothes, trinkets, jewelry, stones, crystals, you name it. At this time, I had been working for them for over a year and we had a lot of regulars that came on our Wednesday market. We knew almost every single one of our regulars by name because I worked the front of the booth taking the orders. We often have regulars that come from other booths. So I guess like other vendors as well come over. So one day I was working and one of our regulars came. She sold crystal type keychains and bracelets. Our market on Wednesdays is one of the busiest days we have with lines that go past 2 booths long. So oftentimes when I'm taking orders, I'm kind of in a robotic mode to keep things up with to keep up with the pace of things. Anywho, this lady approaches me to place an order, and I of course recognize her because she is one of our regulars. She always comes to get a Poke Bowl. Literally almost every Wednesday, I would do so many dirty things for one bowl from this fucking street vendor right now. I mean, what do you need me to do? I'll do it. That's all.
Overnight shift.
I am ready to fucking do what I need to do. Okay. But this Wednesday was weird. When she approached the front of the line, I, for some reason, had a chance to stop and speak with her. Just to kind of casually have a friendly conversation, like asking how her day had been and stuff like that. She placed her order and I wrote down her name, and when she went to pay, she handed me a manila envelope type of thing, but a smaller one, like small enough to put a keychain in. It kind of caught me off guard just because no one ever really brought us stuff from their booth unless they wanted to do a trade or something, but she didn't want to do a trade of anything. She just gave me the envelope directly. I asked her what this was and she said that she made it specifically for me.
Oh no.
In that moment, I stopped, a little confused, a little flattered, LMFAO. But when I looked up at her, she smiled and she told me to just open it later. So I just threw it in my apron because, again, we were so busy that I had to keep taking orders. So I continued working throughout the rest of the night, forgetting that this was even in my apron and that she had even given it to me. That night ends and we go back to the kitchen after closing out the market, and every night we go back to do all the dishes. As we're cleaning up, my friend asked me for my apron and to make sure that I got everything out of it because we often forget money from tips and things like that, and it gets washed in the washer. So I'm checking my pockets in my apron when I realized that gift was still in there. When I pulled it out of my pocket, my other friend, who was doing the dishes with me, asked, "What is that?" I told her that one of our regulars gave it to me from one of the jewelry booths, and my friend told me it was weird that she randomly gave it to me and to be careful because you never know what people's intentions are when giving you gifts. I really didn't think much of it. That's such a crazy reaction to have. Honestly, if someone said that to me, I'm like, are you fucking jealous? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I almost feel like that was like intuition right there for some reason, because what an odd thing to say.
Yeah. And that's just never my first thought either.
No, that would never be the first thing. Be careful. You never know what people's intentions are when giving you gifts. I'd be like, oh shit, bitch.
Yeah.
Open it up. Like,
you fucking jealous?
Yeah, literally. Like, they're just, I don't know. That's such a weird reaction to have. Okay. Anyways, when giving you gifts, I really didn't think much of it and then remembered how strange that encounter was when she had given it to me. I didn't think anything of it, so I opened it, and it was a keychain looking type thing with different crystals on it, something that you could find to clip to your keys. We finished cleaning up. I go home per usual, and I took the keychain home with me. That night I had one of the most vivid and horrid dreams I'd ever had in my life. Literally one of my biggest fears. It still to this day makes me paranoid because of what happened in the dream and how it felt.
I'm scared.
And how real it felt. Trigger warning for gun violence and death of a loved one. Even though it was a dream, it felt all too real. Okay, let's get into it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Like I was saying, I went home that night as usual, took a shower and went to bed, and the dream began. So in my dream, I was with my mom, my brother, and my 2 sisters in an area that was similar to Ocean Beach. I'm not quite sure where exactly we were, but there was some type of market going on. We were walking through the market when we approached the store. Remember, at this point, I'm dreaming. For some reason, I really wanted to go in that store, so we did. Also, I'd like to add, my brother is the only boy of all girls in the family, and he's literally my pride and joy. He's the baby of the family and the baby of all the sisters. So you can imagine just how close we all are. Me and him particularly are the closest. Okay, so we go into the store and for some reason we get split up when all of a sudden I hear gunshots. Now, when I say I can hear them, I mean vividly. The next thing I remember is everybody on the floor. When the chaos subsided, my mom rushes to the front of the store where I was and says, "It's all your fault. Your brother is dead and it's all your fault. You're the reason why we're here. You're the reason why he's gone."
Oh my God.
I was so confused. I really just could not understand what happened. When I went to go find my brother, I woke up from my dream. I woke up in tears, panicking because, again, losing a sibling is one of my biggest fears. I checked my brother's location immediately and I called him to be sure that he was okay. He was. After confirming that he was okay, we exchanged I love yous and got off the phone, but I could not sleep. For the rest of the day, I had a bad and uneasy feeling that I could not shake. I felt anxious, like something was going to happen to me, or worse, someone that I love. I couldn't put my finger on what it was, so I just tried to ignore it. For the rest of the week, it seemed like things just kept happening back to back to back. Again, I didn't think anything of it and proceeded throughout the week. Well, that next Wednesday came and it was time to go to work. I went to the kitchen to start prep for the market when I told one of my friends about the dream. Mind you, my friends are very in tune with their spirituality and their crystals. They keep them at every doorway in their house and in their cars at all times. So again, I told them about my dream and how bad the feeling was and how uneasy it made me feel the entire week. I was constantly checking my brother's location and checking in with him just to make sure that he was okay. They thought it was kind of weird that I had the dream the same night that one of our customers gave me that quote unquote gift, saying that it was specifically for me. So one of my friends gave me an evil eye and told me to keep it in my pocket and or in my purse when I'm not with them for protection. I will say though, it made me feel some relief. Back to the market we went. The entire day went by and the lady did not come for her regular Wednesday order. Again, I didn't think anything of it. Maybe she just wasn't there that day or didn't want our food. It was weird though because she did make it a point to pass by our booth a few times and once even briefly made eye contact with me. I thought this was weird, but again, we were so busy, I kind of just ignored it. As the weeks continued to pass by, not only did that lady not come back that next Wednesday, she never came back to our booth again. And although she never came back to our booth again, I still saw her periodically, even a few times at another market we work at in a totally different location on a totally different day that I know she does not work at. Eventually, I forgot about it until I heard this episode, and I thought of you guys and thought that you might like this story. I don't work at the market anymore, but my friends have told me that she has still not come back to buy food. It creeps me out to think about it, but I know I have a lot of angels protecting me. All this time I've been listening to you ladies, and I'm not sure why I haven't written in, but I'm glad that I finally did. I'm glad that we finally fucking read it, bestie.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I have many more creepy accounts, from almost being kidnapped twice to my ex coming to me in a dream the night that she passed away before I knew that she had passed away, to scary ass cat dreams, and so many other strange things that I've encountered over my 30 years of life. Let me know if you guys would like to hear some of those stories. I'd be more than happy to. Yeah, we fucking want to hear them.
That is like so Freaky Friday to me though, in a way of like, maybe she overheard you saying something and she was like, I'm going to give this to her as like not like a lesson taught, but like, what if that prevented you from this all happening in real life, that dream?
Maybe.
And it was like, I'm going to let you view this.
Because wait, hold on. Let me finish reading this and then we're going to do this. Love you guys so much. Stay creepy. And thank you for sharing my story. Sorry it was for so long and I'm sorry if it didn't make sense at some part. I wrote some of it while driving to work, talked to text, and definitely did not proofread because I was late. Michela.
My Shayla.
Babe, sorry. let's go back to what you were saying.
Like, I feel like it's like, so like Freaky Friday, like when they are in the restaurant and she overhears them talking about like, well, my life's better than yours, your life's better than mine.
Right.
And then she like gives them the fortune and then they swap or
Right.
whatever. I feel like it's like something like that. Like she overheard something.
Or there was something, or like,
and she gave you that either as
or
a
maybe
way of
she
like
felt something
as like protection, and then you that night you had a dream of like what was a, I don't know, I don't even want to say that, but like
we need, okay, whatever these crystals are, and the fact that your friend who you said's like super spiritually connected, which we said that's the only way that you would feel the need to say something like that, is like if it just like came out of your mouth. Like that's what happens when you have like a spiritual inkling, you know, it just comes out your fucking mouth before you can even. So I'm sure your friend was even like, what the fuck did I see that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or, you know, trust themselves a lot more, so they have the ability to be like,
and the way she keeps lingering around like she's waiting for you.
Yeah, like she almost wanted you to come up to her and be like, thank you,
so
by the
weird.
way this happened, da 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 da. I don't know, let's find out what the fuck crystals these are, what they mean, because what if they are literally like protectors or like a return to sender type thing? Like what if someone like sent something your way and what she gave you was like the reflection, so that way, but that's kind of what an evil eye is a return to sender.
Dude, I have no idea. I have never heard a story like that.
No,
ever.
that is,
and I don't know what my cousin's creepy account was.
I know, I can't fucking remember at all what that was. Maybe if we would read these on time, you know, that wouldn't happen. Thanks so much, Bestie. Please send in the rest. But that's fucking crazy. And when you send in the rest, will you tell us what the crystals are?
Yes.
Please tell me you're still listening to this.
I really hope so.
In fact, I'm going to send you an email because I want you to listen again.
Okay, yeah, we'll send you an email. Okay, the next one is from Rose using she, her pronouns, and we don't have a fancy title. That's okay, Rose. It's
okay.
Creepy account submission, and this is from October of 2023.
Oh my God.
Any guesses? Creepy account submission.
From Rose.
Here, let me find like one word to give you.
Yeah, give me like a little hint, a little hinty poo.
Babysitting.
Creepy kid.
Creepy kid of the baby, them babysitting a creepy kid.
Yeah, creepy kid.
I'm thinking, I already know. I can't guess.
Yeah, you can't guess.
I read this one. Okay. Hi, ladies. I love your podcast and you guys. Thanks for making my morning drives more fun. My name is Rose. Permission to use my name, and I go by she, her pronouns. Thank you, Rose. And sorry that we are 2 years delayed in reading this.
Yeah, Rose, sorry, babes.
Apologies for the length of this one. I tried to shorten it as much as possible. The creepy account I'm going to tell you happened 15 years ago when my best friend and I were 15 years old. My best friend's dad came to her asking if she would be willing to babysit 2 young girls for a friend of his semi-regularly while he and his wife had date night. My best friend agreed and asked if she could bring me along for company. And they said that would be fine, and then thus started our haunted babysitting year. We babysat for them about once a month, and the first few times were very ordinary. We would get there, play some games with the girls. At this time, one was 4 and one was almost 2. And then we would put them to bed and sit on the couch eating food and talking about boys as 15-year-old girls do.
Wait, have we read this one before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It was unread.
Oh, it was unread. So then, no, we haven't read it. It just sounds so familiar. I'm sure we had another one super similar to this.
Yeah. Both children, everything I pulled was unopened by us.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Oof.
Now,
Sorry.
they might have sent it again and we might have picked it, but I didn't see anything from it because usually they just forward it.
Well, this is just like a very common scenario,
Yeah.
so.
Both children were very sweet and we soon looked forward to seeing them. But then one night, something shifted. We got there and we were warned by the mom that the oldest daughter has been getting into the bathroom and playing with her makeup, and we shouldn't let her go in there unsupervised. Easy enough, we said we would just accompany her if she needed to go. A couple hours into babysitting, the oldest daughter says she needs to use the bathroom. So my best friend and I say, okay, no problem. One of us will go with you. She gets visibly upset about this and tells us we're not allowed to.
Oh.
And we explain that her mom had asked us to, and we will need to come with her if she needs to use the restroom. Well, she gets more infuriated and tells us, no, you can't. We can't. And when I ask why, she responds, there's a girl in there I talked to, and she won't come out if you're there.
Oh, well, thank God.
Literally. Cut to me and my best friend looking at each other with terror in our eyes, which makes sense with the makeup.
Yeah.
Like they're playing with makeup in there. We accompany her anyways, even though she isn't happy, and we think of it as kids will be kids.
You know what? Like, sorry to interrupt. I just have to say this. You know, when I was little, I loved playing with my mom's makeup. Like, it was so much fun. If I catch my kid playing with my makeup, I'm going to choke them.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I'm going to be like, you don't ever fucking touch this. This cost me $1,001.
This is mommy's expense.
This is mommy's fucking once every 2 months. Got to replace it. It's $1,000,000. I got to do dirty things for daddy. You do not.
I barely get this in the budget.
Do not fuck with this.
Later that night, we put the girls to bed and go to the living room to talk about how creepy that was and what the hell was she talking about. We have the baby monitor turned on, audio, no visual, and we hear her start to laugh. Both of us are scared at this point because, as we all know, children laughing out of context is a creepy sound.
Horrid.
We listen to her and we hear her say, "You're tickling me, stop," while giggling. We begin to get up to go check on her when we hear her say, "I have to be quiet or they'll come in and see you." Now, I don't know what kind of strength we mustered in that moment, but we ran to the room and burst through the door, partly thinking we were going to catch someone who had broken into the home.
Right.
Of course, as I'm sure you can see coming, there was no one in the room with her. We asked her who she was talking to, and she got quiet and wouldn't tell us. Thankfully, her parents came home right after this, and we were able to leave and try to pull ourselves together. We didn't tell the parents because, honestly, we thought that they would think we were making it up.
Right.
We never could get the oldest daughter to speak to us about who she was talking to at night, but we continued to hear her speak to this person every time we were there. We babysat again about 2 months later, and everything seemed normal. We played with the girls, and my best friend began making dinner for them. I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, I saw the older daughter shoving her younger sister into a cupboard and trying to lock her in it.
Oh.
When I asked her what she was doing, she said, "They told me to." The hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I tried to act natural while I asked her, "Who told you to?" And she wouldn't answer and just ran off to play in the living room by herself. After checking to make sure the sister was all right, I went to the kitchen to tell my best friend, and she had the same look on her face that I'm sure I did. We were both standing in the kitchen, freaked out, when all of a sudden we hear a noise, a loud, static noise. We walked to the living room and saw the two sisters playing on the carpet and realized that the noise was coming from downstairs. The TV had turned on by itself to a static channel at max volume. At this point, we were really scared and thought someone was in the house. So naturally, we grabbed 2 steak knives from the kitchen and ventured downstairs to check it out. Seriously, I don't know where this bravery came from at that age. If this happened now, I would be locked in my room calling the police or an exorcist.
Right.
Surprise, surprise, though, no one was downstairs. The doors were all locked and the lights were off. We quickly turned the TV off, ran upstairs as fast as we possibly could, and sat in the living room shaking. The last time we babysat was a few months after this incident. Both of us were pretty nervous to go, but we liked the kids and we got to hang out with each other while eating other people's food and get paid while we're at it. Hell yeah. After this time, we knew we wouldn't be going back. I can never really explain what happened. It's still blurry for me to this day, but what I can remember is my best friend was making dinner. The youngest daughter was in her high chair eating when she suddenly lost consciousness. We freaked out, ran over to check on her. We checked her pulse, made sure she wasn't choking. Visibly, there was nothing wrong with her. I ran to the phone, about to call an ambulance, when she woke up and just resumed eating dinner like nothing had happened.
Oh, babe.
While all of this is going on, the older sister was standing in the corner of the room staring at her with a blank expression. Neither of them would talk to us about what happened, and the youngest one seemed to have no idea what we were talking about. The parents came home pretty quickly after we called to let them know, and they said that that had never happened before. All of these incidents were really starting to freak us out, so we left that night and we didn't go back. My best friend and the dad are still close to this day, and we know both sisters are grown up and doing well. We told him many years later about what had happened, and he just laughed it off. Something in me will always wonder what happened over those months. Was there a spirit haunting this house? Was she really seeing someone in her room? Without the TV incident, I could almost convince myself that it was all in our heads, but accompanied with everything else that was going on, I really can't justify that way of thinking. Thanks for reading. I know it was long, but that is a story of my haunted babysitting days. Lots of love from Canada, Rose.
Rose? Fuck all that.
Fuck all that shit.
Fuck all that. Like,
I hate that.
Fuck all that, dude. Hell no. Hell no. And the worst part is that y'all had witness, like, you were each other's witness.
And that is literally something out of a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
The youngest daughter is the oldest daughter.
Yeah.
The ghosts are telling her, lock her in the cabinet. Stand over there in the corner and make her pass out.
And like she's only doing it when y'all are there.
And the youngest one's in that high chair, literally unconscious. And you're telling me the older sister's just like this in the corner, staring at her?
I would have smacked her.
Absolutely not. I would have locked her in the cabinet. Just kidding. I wouldn't have done that. But
for
the parents to be like, that's never happened before. Like, I would be like, well, what about like, is your daughter, does she talk to ghosts? Like, does she giggle? Like, I get not telling them.
I guess like parents, like, you know, they're so used to their kids doing things that they're not.
Dude, if your kid is fucking, if I'm ever watching your kid in the future and it's giggling and standing in the corner,
you have permission to beat its ass.
Like, I'm gonna be like,
get in the car, we're going to Susan's.
Literally.
Get in the car.
Oh my God.
We're gonna exercise you. You got no, like, seriously, like,
throw in holy water.
In the fuck? I mean, hell no, dude.
Hell no.
Hell no. If I ever catch your kids doing that, get in the car.
I'd have been like, hey, I'm here for pickup. You're like, yeah, we're actually not there. We're at Susan's. We're at Susan's. It's going to be a while. You can come or go run a few more errands.
I'm calling you. I'm going to say, we're on our way to Susan's. You can either meet us there or I'll bring him home after. You don't even have to ask any questions. So there's that. That's all that I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
I made Susan clear her whole schedule.
You know what the best thing was, though, growing up was babysitting with a friend.
Yeah.
Because my neighbors were so desperate always for a babysitter that they would ask like last minute. So I would already have a friend coming over on Friday and they were like super wealthy and they had the best snacks and like the most fun house ever. And so I'd be like, well, Maddie's here. So can Maddie come with me? And they would be like, yes.
Sure.
Because they were going out regardless. And they just, waited last minute. And so we would just go over there and dig around.
That's so fun.
It was fun.
Oh, that's crazy, friend. Thanks, Rose, for sending that in.
Thank you, Rose.
Next one we have is from Anika using she, they pronouns. And it says, creepy account, November 2023.
Yep, it does say that.
So
find me one word.
There's a lot of stories. So let me give you, let's see how many stories there are. Okay, there's 3. So 1, unexplainable experience. 2, little more scary, nothing crazy, but scary. First one happened when they were 5. Second one happened when they were 11. Third one happened when they were 12, and it says it's a crime.
Oh.
So I don't know if you want to guess.
Place. Yeah, okay. We're going to skip that,
you legally would like to guess.
Sorry, Anika.
Okay, so this is from Anika using she, they pronouns. Title is creepy account sent in November 2023. And my bad, bestie. Hey, girls. My name is Anika using she, they pronouns. I'm 20 and I am from Australia.
Ooh.
I have a few short stories for you today, a couple of which I cannot explain to this day and would love your opinions on it. First, I want to say I literally started listening to you guys after Kelsey had you guys on Circle Time. LOL. I'm a freak and I love scary stories. Okay. I love your podcast so much and it's great and interesting and I love you both so much. Also, disclaimer, I am terrible at explaining things, so I'm so sorry if my storytelling is bad. We're ready to go. We love you. Let's get into it. Story number 1. Let's start with my first unexplainable experience I had when I was 5 or 6 years old. It had been a normal day and I was playing in my room. Dad was still at work and my mom was cooking dinner and my 2-year-old brother was crawling around somewhere in the living room. I don't know, LOL. I must have smelt dinner cooking because I dropped my toys and went and asked my mom if dinner was ready. After having a brief chat with mama, I went back to my room to play again. When I entered my room, the first thing I noticed was a hat neatly placed at the end of my bed. It was deliberately sitting dead in the middle of my bed, end of my bed lengthwise, but middle of my bed widthwise. Like someone had placed it there, not roughly chucked it around outside a window or from a different room. So I immediately thought, Mama's tried to trick me and somehow put this hat there while I was out there speaking to her. She was in the kitchen.
You.
I love how you were like, and my mom's at it again. Like,
mom's playing
fucking
pranks.
Sneaky little rat bitch is back at it. She was in the kitchen the whole time. There's no way that she could have gone in my room and back without me noticing. It was brand new. I had never seen this hat before, ever. I took it and I ran to my mom to thank her, but she told me that she had no idea where that hat was from or what that hat was or where it came from. This is something I remember specifically. She said that she and Dad had never seen that hat in their lives and they had not placed it there. No one had an explanation for it.
That's weird.
Years later, I asked my mom about it again and she still had she had no idea what I was talking about. I still wore that hat and there are photos of me wearing it in our family albums. So weird. What are your thoughts?
Whoa, that is weird.
It's like,
is this a real hat? Oh wait, it's in pictures.
It's like in pictures.
It's in pictures, yeah.
It like materialized.
That's crazy.
It's like you know, there's like someone that lived there in that house years before you, or like in the future, and they sat their hat down, that their brand new hat that they just got, they took the tags off and they
like
sat
all those
it down.
things that you lose. And you're like, where the fuck
is it? And I never find it again. And it just, you know what I can't find right now? My favorite cuticle clippers.
Well, you know who?
They're long gone.
They're right here.
Are you kidding me? No, those are not them.
Oh.
The wide ones.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't find those anywhere. I can't find my cuticle clippers. I'm convinced that they just
someone 30 years from now, they're actually just now found it today.
And they're like, these are my favorite cuticle clippers.
These are awesome. Where these come from?
I
Thanks,
know.
Mom. And Mom's like, I don't know what those
Yeah,
are.
or like, husband, did you buy that at the store? Partner, did you get that? Kids, did you bring that? No. They're mine, and I would love to have them back. Please send them back
in time.
Who is it? St. Anthony? St. Anthony, bring
Send
it back.
Run it back.
Yeah, I think it's just like materialized from a different timeline, and someone out there in the time span of Earth is like,
where's my
where
hat?
the fuck is my hat at? Yeah. Story number 2. This one's a little more scary, nothing crazy, but scary. This one happened when I was 11 or 12. I was staying up pretty late reading a really, really good book. I've been there, done that, my favorite. It was a quiet night, no wind, nice and cool, so the aircon was not running. The cats were downstairs in their room sleeping, with the rest of the family sleeping too. All the rooms were right across the hall from each other, so whenever someone gets up to go use the toilet, I always could hear their footsteps. My bedroom was shut, and my bedside light gave me a nice warm ambiance to my room. I looked over at the clock on my bedside table, and it was around 11 p.m. I decided that it was time to get some sleep, so I put my book down, switched off my lights, and rolled over. Complete silence. My eyes fluttered shut, and I started to drift into sleep. But before I could slip into unconsciousness, I heard a loud bang on my bedroom door. I shot up into a sitting position, eyes wide, looking for something that may have caused that noise. Even though it came from outside of my door, I could hear the door rattling in its frame from the force of that blow. So I knew it wasn't a noise that my mind had made up. It sounded like something had come running from the other side of the hallway and crashed into my door. I sat there waiting, listening. No footsteps. No one woke up. No one came to check on me. The aircon was still off, and the outside was
Mom's
still
like, what,
calm.
What loud noise?
Yeah, literally, what loud noise? I sleep through everything at this point. Nothing happened. After 10 minutes or so, I lay back down, and I went to sleep like nothing happened. LOL. It happened again a few months later, but with less strength. That was the last time I had it happen to me, though. Thoughts? I mean, my only thing would be like, either the air conditioning because of like fluctuating air, because my bedroom door used to do that. And sometimes it would be so fucking loud that it would jump me out of my skin would fall off.
My bedroom door at home used to do that as well, and it didn't latch. So it would
suction cup it,
but it also could open on its own, depending on like whatever is going on. If someone has a window open, if someone has a window open though, and it catches it right, that motherfucker slams so loud.
Yeah.
Shakes the whole house.
Yeah, it's like a pressure thing. So that's the reasonable explanation. Maybe someone had their window open, and just because the air was dropping like outside, and maybe it was warmer inside, it just like shuddered. The only other explanation is a ghost. Like there was just, or maybe again, like
someone came looking for their hat.
Someone's looking for their fucking hat.
They're slamming doors.
Seriously,
looking for the hat.
Where in the fuck is my hat? I knew I put it on the center of this bed 10 years ago, and I still can't find it. Yeah, like seriously, there might be like a time slip portal situation in this
going
house.
on. Yeah,
because I wonder if there's any other situations like that you just aren't correlating. You know, because like the hat would just, you vividly remember because it was the first time something so insane like that happened to you. Okay, story number 3. Here's the crime one, and it's pretty crazy. Ha ha ha. Hope you like it. Oh God,
not gonna like it.
Also, a slight trigger warning for stalking, I suppose.
Oh shit.
Okay. This happened when I was 12 in my first year of high school, year 7. We lived just around the corner from the school, so I would always walk to and from school. This particular sunny morning, I was walking with my friend who lived down the road from me. We were chatting away about whatever 12-year-olds talk about. We crossed over the bridge near the school, making us about 100 meters from the school grounds, so not far at all. I happened to look up into my left, and I was looking down a pathway which gradually curved around another corner, and something caught my eye. Right at the spot where the path goes out of sight, I see a man with a balding head and a red shirt and a big gray beard. He was peeking around the corner with a large professional-looking camera pointed right at us. I immediately told my friend to hide her face, and we ran the rest of the way to school with our heads down, hands covering our faces. How smart at 12 years old.
Honestly.
No, I'd be like
paparazzi? No, kidding.
No, what I would be is turning around being like, what is that guy doing?
Well, I'll never forget the time that I was at the public pool with my cousin Camden, and there was this old creepy guy with a camera, and like a professional camera. And we were just putting on a show for him, guys, because we were like, what if the slight chance that he's from the news? And so he didn't have a badge on or anything like that. And so he's throwing me around. We're doing jumps in the air. We're going crazy. And then we get up and our parents are like, who's that creepy old man? Like, why is he taking pictures of you guys? And we're like, I don't know. Like, we loved it. It was sick. And so anyway, they walked over there and he goes, oh no, I work for the Observer Reporter.
Oh, thank God.
But either way, like, we didn't know that prior.
Y'all were just
and we were putting on a show. And I was
so
front fucking page of the newspaper, so.
Yeah, because at that point, he's like, this has to be front page. He's
like, okay, what if he really was a pedophile? He's like, oh God, there I am.
No, I'm so caught.
Somewhere out there's a million pictures of me in my little bikini at 8 years old.
Yeah, and you're on front page.
Yep.
Crazy. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so you guys did the smart thing and you covered your faces and you ran all the way to school. Morgan's posing and I'm making mean faces while pointing, saying, what is he doing?
I'm like,
Morgan's doing
just a slight chance I get a little viral.
Literally. No, we told the school and they told all the parents and the teachers to be on. Oh God, you're from Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, gots to be. So we told the school and they told all the parents and the teachers to be on the lookout for the man who looked like the description that we gave them. This is where it gets crazy. A couple of years later, a teacher at our school is fired and has to go to court. It was a physical education teacher. Tale as old as time. The phys ed, we call him PE. So if you don't mind, I'm going to say PE because for some reason phys ed sounds like piss to me. Teacher. I don't know why. PE teacher always wore red shirts. All the kids at the school soon found out why the specific teacher was fired and was going to court, as it was in the local news. This teacher was the assigned photographer for all school events, sports carnivals, swimming carnivals, whatever it was, he was there taking photos, which would be used in the school's newsletter. Police found pictures on his computer of specifically lower school girls. All of the pictures were of their chest and crotch areas.
That's fucking sick.
Like literally zoomed in to that area. So many of us felt violated and uncomfortable, as you should. That makes me want to fucking burn his house down, tie him up, and castrate him in the streets. I am convinced that and give him a lobotomy while we're at it. I'm convinced that this teacher is the guy that I saw that day. Yeah, with my friend, 100% that's the guy you saw. I don't know why he was taking pictures from so far away, maybe hoping that the breeze would lift our skirts. But nonetheless, it was freaking creepy. He's in jail now, though. Smile, 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 smile.
Big smile.
Big smile. I have other stories about my dad having an out-of-body experience that took him to the other side of the world where his grandmother's funeral was taking place, and stories about my auntie and her friend who is a medium. Again, thank you so much, and if you read this, I am so grateful and happy. Bye, from Anika or Annika. Love you.
Love you.
And
you know, I wonder how many
professions
or professionals, or sorry, how many pedophiles go under the guise of like a newspaper professional in the schools, a yearbook like genuinely, because then they can get away with it.
Yep.
They got a camera on them all the time. Everyone's like, oh, it's just a paper guy.
Yep. Like that freak ass guy in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then that was a teacher. And then literally a year later, the fucking pastor of a church. These people, these nasty ass motherfuckers, hide in plain sight and really trusting scenarios. And they seem like they're super trusting and super kind. Like, yeah, no, you're just a fucking freak. And that goes for women too. And more recently, I've been seeing woman after woman after woman for statutory rape.
Did you watch that Netflix documentary?
No, what? I don't have Netflix right now. We cancel that.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did.
Netflix?
Oh, yeah, because we had to have YouTube TV for football season, which means that we had to release one.
Put it on the card. That is insane. Who doesn't have Netflix in this day and age?
All I want to watch is that Thursday Murder Club.
Yeah.
But I did heard that I need to read the book if you really want the full.
I can't believe he did that to you.
No, I know. I'm really
That
upset.
is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Do you still get a free trial?
I don't know.
I wonder if you do, because I've got plenty of emails I could be pulling out.
There is the documentary about, you probably saw it on Facebook a couple years ago, that girl that was getting, this group of kids that was getting cyberbullied, like this, like
the mom
and the mom.
Yeah, I saw that on TikTok actually this fucking morning.
Insane.
Disgusting. Maybe
I have a completely different theory than what they were saying. It was Munchausen syndrome. Did I say that right?
Munchausen's, yeah.
Syndrome, but like in the digital age, basically. So like instead of making her physically ill, they were, she was making her so like depressed that and like bullied to a point of like she would come to her mom and cry.
Rely on her.
However, I have a different theory.
What is your theory?
Because it all started with the boyfriend, Owen.
She's jealous.
I think that she was going to separate the two of them, and then the way she was telling her daughter to keep KILLing herself, and like this stuff that she was saying to her, like I don't think that she, I'm sorry, but like if she were to do that, then what would happen? She would be in close connection with the young boy, they would grieve together, his girlfriend and the mom.
It was like
it was just weird because it was like his dick in my mouth, spread in my pussy, like to her daughter. You
is
have
she in
to
jail?
Watch it. And yeah, and it's actually really sad because the daughter is like, I mean, I still love her, and she love bombs her daughter from jail. She's out now. I'm sorry, she's out now.
With her daughter.
She's out now. The whole thing. There's so many like mind fucks to it. I have so many thoughts.
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna have
to
watch that. E-Mead.
Okay. The next one we have is from McKenna, and the title is Ghost Protected My House from Getting Broken Into.
Oh, well, then we know what it's about.
Yeah. Hey, besties. My name is McKenna. I'm 25 from California. You can use my name. I've been listening since 2022, and I absolutely love you guys. Although sometimes I got to take a break because y'all be giving me some nightmares, but I always come back.
Sorry, Bessie.
The story is a bit long, so I apologize. Before I start, I have to give you a bit... Oh, shit. Sorry, I lost my place. Before I start, I have to give you a bit of a backstory. My great-grandma, but I will refer to her as just grandma, lived in a house very close to mine. She was married to my great-grandpa, and I will refer to him as grandpa, but he passed away when my mom was 11, so I never met him, but he used to call my mom Cowbells because her name is Kelly. After my grandpa died, my grandma never slept in their primary bedroom again, so she slept in one of the other 3 bedrooms in the house. This house had 2 living rooms, and they were connected through a door. When we were kids, we would come over, and the door connecting the 2 living rooms was always closed, and the door to the backyard was always shut too. I think she might have had a thing with doors needing to be closed at all times. When I was 13, my grandma passed away in that house. It was my very first death that I had to deal with, and it was really hard because I was so close to her.
Aww.
A few months after her death, my parents decided to move into her house. My parents got the primary bedroom that she never slept in after my grandma died, and my brother Wyatt got the back bedroom, and my sisters and I got the bedroom next to the bathroom. My older brother got the room that she passed away in. When we lived there, we always had the back door open because we had a dog that would just push the screen open to go potty in the backyard. We also always had the door connecting the living rooms open because when you have 5 kids in the house, doors can never really stay closed.
Right.
Every once in a while, they would slam shut really hard, and we would always joke and say, "Hi, Grandma." My mom had always taught us it was okay to believe in spirits, so we loved thinking that it was her yelling at us to shut the damn doors. Now, my brother that lived in the room that she passed in would always be cussing and crying while talking to his girlfriend, and suddenly the lights would flicker on and off, and he would say, "Sorry, Grandma." Did they break up? Because why are they always cussing and crying?
Need to be breaking up right now.
We loved thinking they were there watching over us, but the moment we knew she was really there is the night our house almost got broken into. We were all asleep in the house, and my mom started to hear someone say, "Cowbells, wake up, wake up." So she kind of woke up and turned to my dad, but he was dead asleep. Soon after that, my dad felt a nudge from my mom's side of the bed, so he turned to my mom and said, "Stop nudging me." And she woke up confused and said, "I didn't." At that moment, it hit my mom. Something was wrong. She yelled at my dad to hurry up and look out the windows. She said, "I heard someone calling me cowbells and telling me to wake up." So my dad got up and looked out the window to see a man in the bed of our truck in our driveway. They both got out of the room and started walking to the front door. My brother came running out of his room with a baseball bat. Typical brother things. My parents were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he said, "Grandma kept flickering my lights on and off. I thought I heard something outside, so I looked out the window and there is someone out there." My dad opened the front door and yelled out the front door, and the man jumped out of the truck and started running down the street. My great-grandparents were protecting us that night, and from then on, I knew spirits were real. Every time I tell the story, it gives me chills. We don't live in that house anymore, but sometimes when I'm in the area with my husband and son, we drive by it. I also forgot to mention that this was edited to add. I also forgot to mention that my mom believes in reincarnation and always told us that when she sees a hummingbird, it's grandma saying hi. And when she sees a praying mantis, it's grandpa saying hi.
Oh, those are specific.
The day we started moving our stuff into their house, we were all walking to the front door when a hummingbird was fluttering around the flowers and a praying mantis was sitting on the bricks right next to the front door. Now I always take pictures of hummingbirds and praying mantises that I see, and I send them to my mom. I also take pictures of every white butterfly that crosses my path because after I lost my first baby in a trigger warning and a miscarriage, I felt like I was being followed by a white butterfly. So I took it as a sign of my little baby saying, "Hi, Mama, I'm okay." Sorry if it was so long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Love the podcast so much, even if it does give me my occasional nightmares. Love you guys, McKenna. I love that story.
I love this story all the way around.
And the brother with the baseball. Grandma's flicking my fucking lights on. I looked outside and there they were.
You know what he reminded me of? Do you remember the creepy account where it was from a boys club member and his brother ran out with a samurai sword?
Yes. Oh my God.
Why do brothers have weapons like that?
I don't know.
What is that about? And I love how your brother came out wanting all the motherfucking smoke.
Yeah.
Too. Grandma woke me up. She was flicking my lights on, and I came out with a bat, bitch.
Where are we going?
That is so funny. Oh, wow. That is such a sweet.
I think it was both Grandpa and Grandma because Grandpa called your mom Cowbell.
And that's the room that he passed away in, and brother was in the room that Grandma passed away in.
Yep.
Wow.
Interesting.
I wonder if their energies are just stronger in that room so they can manifest like physical things in those spaces. Wow, that is crazy. Thanks so much for sending that in.
Thank you. Yeah.
That was a beautiful story. And also, I love your white butterflies.
I know. It's
so
sweet.
beautiful. Okay, so the last one that we have for today is from S using she, her pronouns. And the title is, Morgan, you don't even need to guess.
I know.
BEK, S dubs, creepy radio, and just the neighbor's kids? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Put your phone down, bitch. You know the new rules.
Sorry, I really wanted to follow along with this.
I know. You're not allowed to, though.
Sorry.
Hey, I've been doing a good job reading.
You really have.
I really
Maybe
have.
it's like the pressure of me not following along with you.
I know, because then I know that you're not going to be able to say, that's literally not written there.
I also copy and pasted your stories and threw them in ChatGPT and said, fix all grammatical errors.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. That's good.
It was like, don't change the story at all. Fix all punctuation and grammar.
And I'm killing it. Fucking killing it. Okay, so this is from, again, S, she, her pronouns, title BEK's, S dubs, creepy radio, and just the neighbor's kids, question mark, question mark. Hey, besties, you can call me S, she, her pronouns, and I'm 27 years old. Hey, bestie, we're all in the 27 club.
Hey.
27. I am an East Coast girly who is currently living with my beautiful wife and 4 cats in East Bumfuck, Utah. Damn, good Lord, how'd you get over there?
Yeah, what happened?
You might be wondering.
It's probably beautiful out there.
Oh wait, that's actually what you just said. You might be wondering how we live in the middle of nowhere. Well, the closest Walmart, Costco, Target, etc. is at least an hour and a half drive away through the desert and mountain passes.
Oh. No, sorry, I can't live like
Shit.
that. That's like nomadic living.
That is, do you live off grid? Like, do you have like Wi-Fi?
Like, what do you mean?
It's
a 3-hour trip to get groceries.
There's got to be like a convenience store, like a general store, right?
But a 3-hour trip just to go to like Thornton.
Yeah, bestie. I don't know what to tell you, but you know what? I wish I could live like that. Unfortunately, I'm materialistic and a consumer at heart, no matter how badly I would like to rage against the machine. Unfortunately,
succumb to it so quickly.
It's really upsetting. Okay, so you might have already said that. Now let's get to the creepy account. A few weeks ago, we were getting ready for bed, and it was around 10 or 10:30 at night. We said our goodnights and rolled over and put our comfort show on, Friends, on my phone as we do every night. A few minutes later, there was this tapping on our bedroom window. And when I say tapping, it was like the sound of someone or something finger tapping from the outside.
Ooh, so light and eerie. I hate that.
Not happening. That's what happens, I guess, when you live in the middle of fucking nowhere. I sat in fear for a couple minutes before asking my wife, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And she responds, yep, and I don't want to know what it was. Excuse me, if I'm going to die tonight, I would like a fighting chance. And this was the only time in my life I wished I was dating a big burly man because I did not want to be the only one to go check on this house. We both got up and walked around the inside of the house, making sure that the doors were locked. And I then proceeded to put our exercise bike in front of the door so that I could hear if someone tried to come in. Okay, smart. When we went to lay back down, my wife asked me if I wanted her to close the shades because we had just had the curtains closed. And I said yes, but then immediately said, but don't look outside. I couldn't fall back asleep because I could not stop thinking about what that was. My wife said that it was probably the neighbor's kids who like to say hi to our cats when they sit in the windows. But there was a fear I felt that I could not shake, and something was not right. I then remembered that I had just listened to y'all's episode about BEKs.
Ew.
The day before, and how you girls said if you choose to listen, it can manifest things. And so if someone comes knocking on your door or windows, do not answer it.
I
fucking hate us.
No, why would you ever listen to that kind of podcast?
Do not ever listen to that podcast again. Do not.
Those bitches are crazy.
Set you up for failure, friend. Oh my God. We also live somewhere where S-dubs are common.
For sure.
I sat there all night whispering and repeating in my head. There is a golden bubble of light surrounding us in our house. White light and love only.
Activate the golden shield.
Activate the golden shield. The next morning, we opened every window and salted every windowsill and doorway going counterclockwise. I'm hoping that it was the neighbor's kids, but I still don't know what it was. What do you guys think? Also, if you want to hear about a haunted bakery I used to work at and the encounters that I've had at a hospital that I currently work at, let me know. Love to everyone.
I want to know the fucking ghost of the bakery story.
And I want to hear the hospitals.
Second off, you live out there where anything is possible. I'm sorry. It could literally be an alien, an S-dub, a BEK, the neighbor's kids.
I hate to tell you, it was BEKs. I really hate to tell you, it was 100% BEKs.
I hate that.
It was 100% BEKs.
It was lookalikes of the neighbor's kids so that you would open the door, but their eyes
the fact that was the first thing your wife said too, because like in a normal world, okay, in a normal day where you're not explaining away a sound, if I caught my neighbor's kids poking on my cat's windows at 10:30 at night, I would walk outside, I would grab them by their wrists, and I would walk them back to their front door, and I would say, your child was outside my house at night. That is a dangerous place to be. You do not stand outside someone's fucking... When a salesman comes up to my house after dark with my front porch light off, and even if it's on after dark, I
didn't tell you about the salesman yesterday.
No, what happened? Because that is my biggest pet peeve.
I walk out to do some laundry and I see this man talking to Susie. Mm-hmm. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, there's no car. So like, who is this man? Now he's up on her porch.
Oh.
And I know that she likes to talk to people
down
when they're off the porch. Mm-hmm. She does not let people up those stairs.
On the porch.
And so, all I heard was like, oh yeah, that's Jupiter and Pearl. And the girls are barking. Mm-hmm. And so I text her because I'm now in the basement. I text her and I'm like, is everything good? You know,
do you want me to come out?
I am just, do I need to intervene? Where's his car?
Right.
And she was like, I'm getting scammed. And I was like, do you want me to come intervene? And she was like, I just sent him away. But apparently they told me that you had just given them $60 worth of magazine subscriptions. And Susie's like, I know my neighbors and I know Morgan didn't.
I know for fuck sure she did not do that. If there's one thing I know for sure,
but he was selling magazines, allegedly.
Magazines.
He was up. There's no car. There was no magazines on him. And he was up on her porch.
No, I do not like that. Absolutely not. Yeah. Hell no.
I'm like, you want me to intervene? I'm home alone.
Literally.
I'm like, I'll come out there.
I'll come out there. With what?
Yeah.
No, I hate that. No, we had a guy come and knock on our door. We were gone, but we had our Ring camera. And he clicked the Ring camera twice, knocked on the door. So eventually I'm thinking, okay, like something's wrong. Is the house on fire? You hit my Ring camera call twice. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Okay. So I open it up and I'm like, can I help you? And I'm not going to say that I'm not home because you don't ever do that. If you're talking to someone through a Ring camera, don't ever say that you're not home. Just be like, I can't get to the door right now. What's up? He was like, oh, I'm out here selling no, I'm done. I don't need to hear anymore. You need to get off my porch right now.
Yeah.
It's after dark. I don't know who allowed you to come door to door at night. I get you need to make money. Come at 6 a.m. when it's bright outside. Don't you fucking...
Whoa.
No, I would rather you come when the sun's out versus at night in the dark. You're going to get in trouble. I've told this story in the podcast before. One time, as you guys know, like my dad's in sales. Like my husband's in sales. My whole family is a sales family. My dad, one of the very first jobs he has was like door-to-door shit, okay? And we get it. Like you got to fucking hustle. Like that's shit that you got to do. And I'm down to listen to anyone's pitch that you got to say, so long as it's in the middle of the day, I'll take your fucking fly or whatever. Morgan's physically witnessed me do this in person. I'm willing to let anybody practice their little speech on me. That's how my parents were, and that's how they raised me. Well, there's one time in high school or middle school or whatever, I was younger, but like I couldn't drive at this point. And so this guy comes and he knocks on our front door, and it's like 8 o'clock at night and it's dark outside. And you guys know how it is, like these days. Back in the day, someone comes and knocks on your door, like, okay, you just go and check the door. But we didn't have our front porch light on. So like no one should be coming up to the door. Like you should, even that front porch light's not on, unless it's a fucking emergency, you ran over my cat outside. That's the only reason you're coming out to my front door. So my parents jump up, okay? And my dad runs over. My mom's right behind him because she ain't letting anybody open the door without hearing what the fuck's going on. And she tells me to stay with the girls on the couch. And because the girls were young. So I stay with the girls on the couch. I had to get up and go listen. So I take the girls into the kitchen so that I can be closer and listen. And my dad opens the door, and it's this young guy, and he's trying to sell something. And he like did his little thing. And my dad was like, his heart was pounding. Like my dad was really stressed out because he thought something bad had happened. That's the only reason that you should be coming up to our door with the lights off. And my dad said, son, I'm going to stop you right here. You could have gotten shot if you were at somebody else's house. Who is your employer? They should never be allowing you to come out here and do this. This is dangerous. You're in East Tennessee and like the mountains, son. You should not ever be doing this. And he's like, I get that you're trying to make money, but I've got 3 daughters and I've got a wife in here. And the last thing that I feel comfortable doing is opening my door to a man standing there when my front porch light isn't even on and it's after dark. And he was like, you need to give me your business card or the business card of your employer because I will be calling them. You're not in trouble by me, but they're putting you in a nasty situation and you need to quit. And like ream the shit out of this guy. It made me cry because I felt bad for the guy because I was like, Dad, he's just doing his fucking job. Like,
Before like the oil and gas industry like really, really blew up and it was like just starting in Pennsylvania, they would send like range resource, not salespeople, but like basically like property surveyors to your door because you have to sign over or lease your mineral rights, which is the land underneath your land. Because some people, I hate to break it to you, you may think you own the land under your land, but you most likely in 2025 you do not own the mineral rights. And so they can do whatever the fuck they want. Well, if you bought a house before like 2005, chances are you do own the mineral rights because no one knew that it would make you a billionaire one day. Anyway, these guys would come all the time. And I'll never forget, there was one time, and it was like in the evening, like 6 or 7. And I had answered the door. I don't know why I answered the door. I don't know what I was doing. And he was like talking, and I had heard like my parents conversing about, you know, the mineral rights, like, oh, we haven't had a surveyor yet, but the neighbors did, da 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 da. And so I yell back, and I'm like, Mom, Dad, they're here. We're gonna be rich. And they're like, who's here? And I'm like, the people, the surveyors, we're gonna be rich. And I don't think they wanted to invite this guy in, but they fucking had to at that point. So then they were in the dining room, and I was like eavesdropping the whole conversation. He's like, this is your acreage. You know, if the well goes well, you get this much per acreage. We don't know if we're drilling a well here. It might just be a line. If it's a line, then it's this much, da, 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 you know, just going back and forth. And he was like, circles this number. And I was like, but I think in that time, that meeting, because the lump sum was very large, but I think that they wanted to buy the mineral rights is what they were trying to do because it was before anybody was drilling. And they knew they needed to, it would be cheaper for them to buy it than pay people out. And so they leave, and I just remember running around being like, you have to accept it. That is a lot of money. It was probably like 30 grand or something. It was selling nothing. And Mom and Dad are like, we are not selling our mineral rights.
We're literally not.
And I was like, well, if he comes back tomorrow, I'm telling him he's got it. It's his.
They probably were like, no one ever let Morgan
Well,
open
and
that
then they
fucking
were
door.
like, do not ever open the door ever again.
Ever again.
And then the next day, I'm not even kidding you, the next day is when my neighbor needed life flighted.
Oh.
And the field was where they usually life flight near our area was overgrown.
Yes.
So the next like flattest backyard was our yard. And I didn't answer the door.
Y'all were just looking through the window.
And there was, I mean, I remember being upstairs my window looking out to my neighbors, and my old Mr. and Mrs. Pinto, they were waving. They're like, come on, kids. And we were like, nope, we got reamed last night.
We got our asses chewed out. No way.
We got fucked up. But it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, if you need to use someone's yard to life flight, land a fucking chopper.
No,
don't be waiting on some damn kids.
Ask permission. Just land the damn thing.
Yeah,
like,
and
if
then
it's life or death,
and my
fucking
mom
land it.
and like we couldn't see what was happening to the left side of the house because we had the big tree. And
Yeah.
so when my mom gets home and she sees, I mean, just fire trucks and ambulances lined up,
she's like,
oh my God, what's going on? Like,
y'all are locked up in fucking
and
fort.
she's like, guys, why didn't you open the door? We're like, you told us not to. And so but then I was like taking pictures of the helicopter. I put it in my scrapbook. I was like, life flight, and I dated it. I was
Night after I got reamed for the surveyor, mom and dad didn't
night
accept
after
30
I
grand.
basically signed away my parents' mineral rights as a 12-year-old.
Morgan takes the surveyor's like little piece of paper where he wrote down 30 grand. And she like cuts it out and she puts it in her fucking scrapbook.
My childhood scrapbook is insane.
I
you
need
guys.
to go look through mine again.
It is so good. Like
they're
our
so
neighbors
good.
one time, they had this big party, burnt their car, and there was this guy passed out, like hanging out of a car in the front yard. And
yeah.
in my scrapbook, I have a picture of that and a picture of the burnt car.
Yeah.
I was like, neighbors, big blowout. Had so much fun watching from my picture.
You just be a fucking private investigator up there like Harriet the Spy. Like,
I was being crazy.
you're going to get called one day because someone has heard this and be like, hey, that's actually an unsolved case that we've been looking for details on.
The guy was just drunk. It was two separate cars. The one in the front yard, the guy was drunk, passed out, heading
Just
down, alive. Because my
fully
parents
alive.
did call. They were like, you guys have a guy. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll go check on him.
Not that guy.
And then the burnt car, I actually walked down there before cheer practice and snapped a picture of it.
Good. I'm glad you made time
They're
to do
like
that.
2 houses over too. And my yard's pretty
Yeah,
big.
that's
You
a
know,
big
I was
fucking
really
walk.
walking back
You
to the
really
corner.
were curious. You had to go see
Yep.
what it was.
So funny.
What a good time.
I loved a scrapbook. I'll tell you that.
Dude, I was actually telling Logan the other night, I was like, growing up when we grew up was so fun. Like, so fun. Everything was so based on imagination. Like, you watched a show that day that gave you, like, some inspo to be something else that day, and you were that thing.
Yeah.
For the next
I
week.
literally documented when my 4th grade teacher had twins.
Yeah. See?
She emailed
we were
me.
bored as fuck.
She emailed me pictures because I was really close with her. And I made a whole page with their names real big. And it was like,
I know you showed it to her, too.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you 100% did.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Love you so much. We'll talk to you next week for a big surprise. Don't forget to go search around on Sunday on our Instagram to get the big
triple
reveal.
dose of CNC next week.
And you have to do that or else nothing will make sense.
Yes.
So you have to go there. And who doesn't want something to listen to on a Sunday? You know, when you're cleaning, that's laundry day. Or me and Morgan physically cannot do laundry on any other day but a Sunday.
Right.
Because legally, that's the Lord's day, and the Lord said, do your laundry.
Except I'm about to do it tomorrow
Thou
on
shalt.
a Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, love you guys so much. Talk to you on Sunday, on Tuesday for TBB, and on Thursday for another fun little episode.
Love you, bye.
And then we're almost done with season 5, so love you, bye.
Love you, bye.